A sound wakes me at 3 in the morning, a heavy thump against my doorframe, and my heart is already racing before my eyes are even open. I sit up fast, breathing hard, listening. Nothing, just silence pressing against the walls of my quarters. My name is Daniel Ashford, and I have spent 6 months on this diplomatic ship among the Varani, a warrior species who study every human habit like we are strange animals in a cage. Tonight, something is wrong. I can feel it in my chest before my mind catches up. I grab my jacket and open the door. The corridor light flickers once, then steadies. And there, sitting calmly in the middle of the hallway, is my cat, Biscuit. Small, orange, 4 kilograms of fur and attitude. Beside her lies a creature I have only seen in briefing photos, a Venom Fangbeast, still and silent on the floor. Its long body is built for hunting in the dark, built to move without sound, built to end a grown Voronoi soldier before he even raises his weapon. It is not moving, at all. I stand frozen, staring, my mind refusing to accept what my eyes are showing me. Biscuit looks up at me, blinks slowly, and begins cleaning her paw like nothing happened. Like she did not just stop something that terrifies an entire alien army. I do not sleep again that night. I sit on the floor of the corridor with my back against the cold wall, my small cat curled beside me, purring softly, while my mind races through every possible explanation. None of them make sense. None of them explain how a house cat, bred for laps and sunbeams, managed to stop a Fangbeast without a single scratch on her own body. By morning, word has already spread through the ship. Varani crew members gather at the end of the hallway, whispering in their clicking language, their eyes wide with something between fear and disbelief. Their beast handler, a broad-shouldered warrior named Kavrin, arrives first, dropping to one knee beside the fallen Fangbeast with a scanning device in hand. He studies it for a long moment, and his hands, I notice, are shaking slightly. "This cannot be," he says quietly, mostly to himself. One strike, no struggle. It did not even sense the danger before it was over. I open my mouth to explain, though I am not sure what I would even say. Before I can speak, Tarkith steps forward. He is the second in command of the Varani delegation, tall, proud, and always ready with a clever remark about human weakness. Just yesterday, he laughed when he saw Biscuit sleeping on my shoulder during the ship tour. He called her a soft, harmless thing, unworthy of standing among Varani hunting animals. He is not laughing now. "Explain this," he says, his voice low, controlled, but I can hear something underneath it, something close to alarm. "I cannot explain it," I say honestly. "She was asleep in my room a few hours ago. I do not know how she got out here, and I do not know how this happened." Tarkith studies Biscuit, who has wandered over to sit beside my foot, tail curled neatly around her paws, watching the gathered crowd with mild curiosity, as though she cannot understand why so many large aliens are staring at her. "Your people call these creatures pets," Tarkith says slowly, "soft companions. Yet this soft companion has done what 3 of our trained hunting animals failed to do last season, when a Fangbeast slipped through our outer perimeter and injured 2 of my soldiers before we managed to stop it." I do not know what to say to that, so I say nothing. Word of what happened spreads fast, and by midday, I am called to a meeting with the ship's council, a mix of human diplomats and Varani officers, all seated around a long metal table. Biscuit sits in a carrier beside my chair, unaware that she is currently the most discussed creature on the entire ship. Commander Whitfield, the senior human officer aboard, leans forward with a serious expression. "Daniel, I need you to walk us through last night again. Slowly, and with every detail you can remember." I repeat the story, the sound, the empty hallway, Biscuit sitting calmly beside the fallen creature. As I speak, I notice the Varani officers exchanging glances, their expressions unreadable to me, though clearly full of meaning to each other. "This is troubling," says an older Varani officer named Sarek, whose voice carries a strange mixture of respect and worry. "We have studied human companion animals since we first made contact with your people. We assumed they were decorative, emotional support, nothing more. We did not consider that they might carry instincts sharp enough to face one of our deadliest hunting predators, and win, without effort." "She is a cat," I say, trying to keep my voice steady, though I feel a strange pride swelling in my chest that I do not fully understand. "She sleeps 20 hours a day. She knocks things off tables. She is not a soldier. And yet," Tarkith says, standing near the window, arms crossed, "she ended a threat that our best-trained beasts struggle against. Tell me, Daniel Ashford, how many of these small predators does your world keep as household companions?" I think about it for a moment. "Millions," I answer. "Maybe more." The room falls silent. I can see the realization settling over the Varani officers, slow and heavy. For them, strength has always been visible, built into armor, muscle, size, and training. A creature that appears small and gentle, yet carries instincts capable of ending a dangerous predator without hesitation, does not fit into how they understand power. It unsettles them in a way that a human soldier with a weapon never could. Later that day, I am asked to bring Biscuit to a private meeting with Kavrin, the beast handler. He wants to study her, he says, though I can tell it is more than curiosity. There is something like respect in the way he approaches her carrier, careful and slow, as though greeting a creature far more dangerous than her size suggests. "May I?" he asks, gesturing toward the carrier. I nod, and he opens it gently. Biscuit steps out, stretches, and looks up at the towering alien without a trace of fear. Kavrin kneels down to her level, studying her calm eyes, her relaxed posture, the complete absence of tension in her small frame. "She shows no fear," he says, almost to himself. "No aggression either. She simply exists, calm, until the moment she does not need to be calm anymore." "That is just how cats are," I say. "They rest most of the time, but their instincts never really turn off. Something in them stays alert, even while they sleep." Kavrin looks up at me, his expression thoughtful. "On my homeworld, our greatest hunting animals train for years to reach that level of readiness. Your people simply live beside creatures who are born with it, and you call them pets." I do not have an answer for that, so I let the silence sit between us. Over the following days, the story of Biscuit spreads across the ship, and even to other Vahorani vessels in contact with ours. I hear whispers that the encounter has become a topic of study among their military scientists, who cannot quite reconcile a battle they respect with a creature they once dismissed as harmless. Some crew members now watch Biscuit with visible caution when she walks past, stepping aside as though she might decide, at any moment, that they are worth noticing. Tarkith, in particular, has changed the most. He no longer makes jokes about human weakness. In fact, a few days later, he approaches me in the hallway outside my quarters, his posture stiff, almost formal. "I owe you an apology," he says. "I judged your companion by her size, and I was wrong to do so. On my world, we are taught that strength must be seen to be respected. I did not expect to learn otherwise from a creature who sleeps in sunlight most of her day." "She would probably appreciate the apology," I say, "if she understood a word you were saying. Mostly she just wants food and a warm place to nap." Tarkith almost smiles at that, a rare expression for him. "Perhaps that is the lesson," he says. "Power does not always announce itself. Sometimes it rests quietly, until the moment it is needed." That evening, I sit in my quarters with Biscuit curled against my side, purring softly as the ship hums around us, carrying us further from home and deeper into a part of space filled with creatures far stranger and more dangerous than anything either of us grew up with. I think about how easily the Varani dismissed her, how quickly their opinion shifted the moment they saw what she was capable of. I run my hand gently along her fur, and she leans into the touch, eyes half closed, utterly unaware of the discussions happening across the ship because of what she did last night. To her it was simple. Something moved in the dark. Something threatened her space. She responded, quietly and completely, then went back to sleep, as though nothing unusual had occurred at all. Maybe that is what unsettles the Vorani most. Not the outcome, but the calm that followed it. A warrior who fights and then boasts is easy to understand. A warrior who ends a threat and then simply returns to rest without a trace of pride or fear is something else entirely. I looked down at her, small and orange, and utterly unbothered by the reputation she has built for herself in less than a day. Somewhere far from Earth, on a ship full of alien warriors who once laughed at her size, my cat has quietly rewritten what they thought they understood about strength. And as I close my eyes that night, listening to her steady, peaceful purring beside me, I cannot help but smile at the thought that the galaxy still has so much left to learn about us, and about the quiet creatures we choose to call family.